Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday morning. Okay, hopefully everybody's a little rested up after a long night on Tuesday. It's not over. Now that the euphoria and the happiness and the celebration is over for a little more than half the country, do not rest on your laurels. Do not think that these speeches of, oh, we're going to work together, we're going to do all this crap. Do not believe there's any truth to it, okay? Read between the lines, listen to what they're saying. Now, fortunately, we did not see massive rioting on Tuesday night. And I'll say that's for a couple of reasons. First off, we didn't know who won until about 2 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, you're sitting there with your Molotov cocktail burning for so long. It's like, okay, nothing's going to happen today. We all go to bed. We'll work in the morning, right? Like they told all the Kamala Harris supporters. So the rioters went to bed, go smoke a crack pipe or do whatever they do. And then everything got called. I was a little concerned about what was going to happen last night. Didn't see much. Good. Okay. Now, there were a little bit. I guess there were like 5 people arrested in Seattle for violence. We know that there were bomb threats on the day of the election at numerous different sites, polling places. You had the guy in Nashville who was going to try to take out the power grid. Okay, not that any of that is good, but that's a lot less than what everybody, including me, expected. But it's not time to quietly go into that good night. We watched yesterday with amusement, I'd say. Probably a lot of you did this too. The complete meltdown of liberals. I get such a kick out of the people who go up on TikTok or Twitter or whatever and film themselves crying or screaming in their car, just, like I said, having a nervous breakdown. Okay, attention grabbing, that's about it. It's like, oh, look at me, poor me, right? Yeah, all right, don't care. These people are not waking up here on Thursday morning going, okay, it's over. We're going to deal with it. Like I said, do not rest on your laurels. And why do I say that? You look at some of the comments that have been made post-election. Okay. You take a look, we could look at Gavin Newsom, right? Gavin Newsom comes out with a tweet yesterday after the election. This is not the outcome we wanted. Our fight for freedom and opportunity endures. California will seek to work with the incoming president, but let there be no mistake, we intend to stand with states across our nation to defend our Constitution and uphold the rule of law. Really, when are you going to start doing that? Okay? Because upholding the Constitution would mean that you're not letting illegals in your state, would mean you're prosecuting criminals. Oh, that's right. 75% of your state voted to make shoplifting illegal again. I don't want to hear about upholding the rule of law. Sanctuary cities? Gee, we're a transgender sanctuary state where kids can come and get surgeries without telling their parents. Don't tell me about upholding the rule of law. Okay. But your fight for freedom, right? Okay, got it. We could look at, how about Keith Ellison, the Minnesota Attorney General, the former chief of staff for Barack Obama, talking about Trump's inauguration or Trump's win. One thing's for sure, We're going to resist this. What about that upholding the rule of law thing? He won legally, not cheated, too. You know, you look at the vote totals. Gee, for the last 4 elections, the Democrat vote total was very consistent, except for this one time he got 81 million. Okay. The Republicans on a steady climb. Okay. That's why you lost. Eric Swalwell, the California representative who isn't smart enough to pick out a Chinese spy to have somebody to have an affair with. You know, this guy, Fang, remember that? Okay. Not going quietly. You're not either. Let's get loud and let's get going. This is what he put out yesterday. These are politicians that are stoking the fires and trying to incite their followers, if you will, to fight. Let's just use that. I'm not going to say what they're going to try to do because obviously I don't know. You think, and I know there's going to be people out there, there's always the trolls, the negative Nellies, you know, the ones who think they know everything, come out on Twitter and YouTube and everywhere and say, they were calling for violence and that nothing happened. Yeah, and I see they're wrong again. Okay, you know, again, it's kind of like prepping. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I'd rather be ready for the violence and not have it happen than not be ready and have it happen. It's my theory. Okay. Go do a Google search real quick for election violence. Just use that as your search term. These are the stories that have been posted by the media after the results have been called that Trump won. Okay. The Guardian, U.S. version. Political violence in the United States. Oh, I take it back. That one's a week ago, so I want to change it. That's not the correct one. Let's go through again. Skip that one. But that was a week ago, talking about violence. So they were saying ahead of time, just like we were. But let's, again, do the ones that were after the election. ABC News. Capitol Police warn of post-election violence risk January 6th and inauguration threat. Oh, okay. We could go on here. Portland Police Chief says Portland Police Department ready for post-election violence. Let's see, where was the next one? Reuters. U.S. states worried about election U.S. states worried about election unrest take security precautions. Again, this is after the results came out. Okay. There was one more here. Where was it? Got to find it. Okay, maybe it's already gone. But this is the thing. The media's expecting it or stoking the fires. The Republicans the Democrats are stoking the fires. Kamala Harris's speech yesterday wasn't exactly cordial. Okay. If you listen to it, we're going to make for a peaceful transition and everything like that. To read between the lines, you kind of listen to some of the other things, no, they're going to make it difficult. Remember, Jamie Raskin had come out a couple of times, including earlier this week, and said, there's no way we're ever letting Trump set foot in the Oval Office again. They've threatened to not certify the election. Basically, they're threatening their own January 6th, except they're going to do it from inside the halls of Congress. This is what we face. And this is what I say. It's not time to rest on your laurels. Sure, it's great Trump won. It's great they flipped the Senate. It looks like the Republicans will probably keep the House, albeit by a slim margin. That's good. Okay. That doesn't mean that happy days are here again. Trump doesn't have a magic wand to fix the economy, to lower gas prices, to deport the illegals, to stop the wars. What? It's not going to happen instantly. And the left is going to fight him tooth and nail to do this. Okay? They may not have the political chops to do it at this point, but they still hold governorships. They still hold legislation within states. The tables have turned. Okay? And you expect this, and this is how, a constitutional republic works, checks and balances. They're going to fight every step of the way. We're going to hear more about sanctuary cities. They're deporting illegals. Come on, move to California. Come on, move to Colorado. Okay? We'll welcome you in and we'll protect you, just like they did last time. This is what's going to happen. And Trump is going to have to use alternative measures to prevent this. The easiest one that he's going to use, and remember he's a businessman, is the power of the purse. Fine, California, you want to be a sanctuary state for illegals? All federal aid to California is hereby cut off. None. You get nothing. If you want to know the state that gets the most federal aid in the country, it's California. Okay? You get nothing. If you live in California, be ready for this. There's going to be a whole bunch of tactics that are going to be used to get these states to start enforcing the law, the Constitution, and not writing their own that are unconstitutional, which they do all the time, and I've told you this. We write a law, put it into place, 6 months later, 9 months later, SCOTUS overturns it, and they're like, well, we've already done the damage, we're good. That's the Democrat playbook. What we need to do, this is not time to sit back and go, oh, you know what, I don't need to put food back, or, oh, you know what, I don't need to pick something, buy guns, buy ammunition. One man is not going to save the world. It helps, don't get me wrong. But Trump being elected ain't going to make a whole lot of difference to whether or not China goes into Taiwan. Doesn't make a lick of difference to Iran at all, and they've said as much. Okay. The chances of the economy getting better are good, but it's not going to happen in a month. Okay? At best, we've got another year of this crap from now. Okay? Of high prices, of prices going higher. We still have to deal with the fallout from Bidenomics, which then gives you the point of, are they going to throw the baby out with the bathwater starting today, starting yesterday? We lost. Let's throw every roadblock up. Let's make it as difficult as possible for Trump to do everything. What is the Biden-Harris administration going to do, knowing that their political reign of terror is over? They've got 75 days before they have to vacate the White House. I guess the news is reporting Biden and Congress are trying to figure out how to get $6 billion more to Ukraine before Inauguration Day. And this came out yesterday, after the election results. These are the things that they're going to do. I told you before, you can start to expect to see gas prices go up. No reason to keep them down. They'll make gas prices go up and then go, look, Trump couldn't bring gas prices down. They've gone up from when it was at the election. Yeah, right, okay. Believe me, there's still a lot of people in this country who think Trump is president today, okay? That they don't understand that Election Day and Inauguration Day aren't the same. Trump didn't wake up yesterday as president. There's a lot of people in the country that think that happened, okay? They'll blame things that happen now already on Trump. Even though he's president-elect, right now he is still a private citizen. Even though, of course, he is getting national security briefings every day and has been for a couple of months at this point. We need to keep doing what we're doing. We got our little vacation. We had our little celebratory party. We all got to laugh at watching the liberals meltdown. You know, we all get to sit there and make our funny jokes about, why didn't Rob Reiner set himself on fire? Why is Bette Midler, why didn't she drink Drano? Why are Tom Hanks and Cher still in the United States? They promised they'd move. Well, that's what Democrats do best. They lie. But not that I want anybody drinking Drano or setting themselves on fire, but if you want to leave the country, please don't let me be the one to stop you. Okay? It's not like you make any contribution to the U.S. that is worth a shit anyway. But we need to keep doing what we're doing. Keep training, keep learning new skills, keep stocking the food, keep canning whatever you're doing, keep looking for sales on ammo, keep grabbing your alternative power, your alternative water source, getting your meds, because we never know what day it's going to happen when an EMP goes off. See, everybody talks about war and Joe Biden getting us into all sorts of wars, right? Which is true. We go in under Joe and start these things. We do all these diplomatic shenanigans that wind up starting wars. It doesn't mean by not doing something, Trump being anti-war, that another country's not going to go, we're attacking anyway. Like I said, Iran doesn't care who's president. Putin, maybe a little bit. Xi Jinping, maybe a little bit more. But I doubt that the plans for China are, oh, you know what, Trump won, we're not going into Taiwan. I doubt Iran's going, Trump won, you know what, we're not going to attack Israel anymore. The Putin-Zelensky one, I'm optimistic that one comes to an end. There's a lot of countries in the world that are happy that Donald Trump won. There's a lot of countries that aren't. You don't know who's going to do what. We never do. And again, we go back to the core tenet of prepping. Prepping for the unexpected. For something that you don't know is going to happen. We do know there's a hurricane coming up in the Gulf of Mexico. We don't know if it's going to hit Texas. We don't know if it's going to hit Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi. It may hit the panhandle of Florida again. We don't know that yet. It's not supposed to happen until later this week. But there's other disasters, other things that you need to prep for. Politics ain't everything. It's a lot, because it'll give you a window into what's going on. But keep doing what you're doing. We'll keep watching from this end. You guys keep listening from that end. And between two of us, we'll meet in the middle, and everybody will be better. Have a good one. Pinball out.